Hello Steelers, and welcome to this review video of these Miska miniatures Senegalese Tirailleurs. This is a new range, a new Kickstarter that Miska Miniatures is currently putting out at the moment. I think it's got about 20 or so days left on it. They've raised quite a bit already on there, but it is still running. So if I were you, jump in now because there's plenty of unlocked goals on there as well, or locked goals at the moment that they are currently unlocking by the looks of things. But these are the Senegalese Tirailleurs, I think is how you pronounce it. I've never really said it out loud before. But these are basically colonial troops who fought for the French in the First World War. This is a First World War Kickstarter. They actually had about 93 battalions of Senegalese Tirailleurs throughout the First World War, of which 42 of them actually saw action on the Western Front. So they were quite a large force within the French force, and it's they're quite an interesting force as well, in that they had a different uniform to the French Horizon Blue. It was a khaki colour, so much more browner in its colour than their blue. The rest of the army's blue, so they really stood out as well. And these were some of the forces were also used as well in North Africa and places like Morocco and things, as well as police forces basically. So there's quite a lot of use out of these figures. Arguably, you could actually, at this scale, the 15mm ones I've got, you could have quite easily get away with just painting these as regular French infantry as well, really. Now, Miska Miniatures really kindly sent out, they've done these in 15mm. However, the actual STLs are designed for 28mm, so these have been shrunk right down. And you can see here, there's quite a few of them. There's about 20 or 30 or so figures here. We've got a couple of Shorshot LMGs. We've got the MMG as well. There's a couple of rifle grenadiers in there, a couple of guys throwing bombs as well. You can see here, for example, a lieutenant or lieutenant, I'm not sure how you pronounce it in French, lieutenant or lieutenant, and also rifle guys as well, and various other bits and pieces. Now, going off the French platoon organisations for 17, there's not enough here exactly for a platoon in full, but obviously if you're buying STL files, then you can make up however many you need for each of those platoon units. We've also got as well, I think this might be one of the stretch goals, is an officer on a horse as well. Not sure what he would be doing on the front line like that, but it's a nice little figure anyway. These are really, really nice figures. I think the only thing I would say is in 15mm they're probably a little bit too fragile. You can see the Lebel rifle that they've got here, for example, this chap, it is really thin and skinny, especially with the bayonet on the end as well. As you can see, I haven't painted these up yet. They are going to send me some painted photos, so I will put those in the video later on, so you'll get to see those in 28mm. I think probably way better painting than I could ever do, but these are lovely, and they're actually full of character. The figures, the various different poses. So we've got the guy here just about to throw a grenade, doing it manual style. We've got the other guys pointing and firing rifles and things. I am going to get these painted up, and I'm going to actually use them in my games as well anyway. So I said these guys are 15mm. So what I've done is I've pulled out a couple of my Peter Pig figures as well. So here's 3 of them. These are just the regular French 15mm Peter Pig stuff. So there you go. That's basically how the 2 of them look together. So the Miska Miniatures are far more well proportioned than the Peter Pig ones are, of course, but they are almost bang on. The 2 are pretty much spot on. Peter Pig, as you may or may not know, are probably the smaller side of 15mm. So these are about right, really, for 15mm. These will work perfectly well with once they're painted and put in with the rest of the crew here. I think these are really, really lovely. As I say, I'd go and check out their Kickstarter. I will put a link to it down in the description down below. There's a lot in here. It's nice to see not only French troops of the First World War, but also those colonial troops as well being emphasised in this particular Kickstarter. Simply because some of those troops are kind of forgotten about a little bit, and they did really good sterling work fighting for the French throughout 1915 through to 1918. In the thick of it as well, and they were actually you know, they were well known by the Germans for their ferocity as well on the other side of the wire. So, you know, these guys weren't shrinking violets. They were definitely up there doing their job. So it's nice to see that. It's nice to see that representation, even, you know, across the First World War and across our wargaming tables as well. So I would definitely, if I were you, check this out. If you've got an interest in the French armies at all in the First World War, and also if you've got an interest in those colonial troops or the First World War. Right, what I'll do now is I'll show you a few pictures of the painted figures, and then also I'll just put up some snaps from the Kickstarter itself. And like I say, you'll find the Kickstarter down in the description down below. And I will see you, I'm sure, in the next Storm of Steel video.